chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. I will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. And you must build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, 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 then God will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai.
Olam chesed.
Olam chesed yibaneh. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. 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 I will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. And you must build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, 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 then God will build this world from love. Yadadai, 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 yadadai.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to everybody who is here this evening, but also to everybody who is with us on our live stream. Shabbat Shalom to you as well. I think getting ready for Shabbat this evening calls for a deep breath. Shabbat happens, but it doesn't just happen. You have to make space for it. So take a breath and let go of any anger or pain. Take a breath and let go of anything that's getting in your way of just being here right now. Take a breath and carve some space out in your soul. Carve some space out inside of you. Because Shabbat Menucha, the rest of Shabbat, the peace of Shabbat, doesn't just come, you have to let it in. chesed yibane. Olam chesed yibane. Olam chesed yibane. Olam chesed yibane. There's actually a tradition that when a person is in the first week of mourning, that you don't attend Kabbalat Shabbat, the first section of the service on Shabbat, the opening Psalms. The sense is that it's such a joyful experience, and it's not a required part of the service, that in many congregations the mourner will stay out of the sanctuary until Kabbalat Shabbat, those first series of Psalms, are completed. I know that most of us, maybe we might feel like we're in mourning this past week, but I'm going to suggest that we still find a way to let some happiness in. I'm sure there may be somebody in this room who did know a victim of the shooting in Pittsburgh. And maybe you are in a deeper kind of mourning than the rest of us, having known a person who's been killed. But for those of us that are in mourning as members of the Jewish community, or in mourning as members of just the thoughtful community, I think it's okay for us to find a little joy as we let Shabbat in a little bit more. On page 138, L'Chadodi, our piyut, our ancient poem that imagines Shabbat entering the sanctuary to betroth and to marry Israel. We come together every week for our marriage ceremony together. Page 138, 139, we'll be singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and when we reach our 9th and final verse, if you would please rise, and we'll face the entrance to our sanctuary to welcome the Sabbath bride here tonight.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishmi'anu, el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad, shemo tiferet ve'tila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi mekor haberacha merosh, mikedem mesucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshava tehila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri ki ba'orech, kumi ori, uri shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה, ובצולתו אמוני העם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
And just as Shabbat has entered, we continue to sing to Shabbat, to sing to the day that has come upon us. Psalm 92, Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat, a song written especially for this very day.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון, ולזמר לשמך העליון.
We turn now in our books to page 120, page 121, and invite to our Bima a new family. Ellen and Jonathan, I'm not going to say their new son's name yet because we're going to do that later.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
The other side.
The other way.
There we go.
There you go. And on the outside
They're
of this one.
trick Shabbat candles.
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidishtanu b'tzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shabbat.
Amen.
Thank you. They'll come back later. On page 144, the Chatzi Kaddish, as we begin to move into the main section of our service this evening.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ויעמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי.
בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכו בית ישראל. בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב.
ואמרו
אמן. יהי שמירה המבורך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשא
בריחו
לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירם בעלמה
ואמרו Amen.
The Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, can be found on page 146. Please rise if you're able.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue reading together on the top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. And continuing on the top of 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please rise if you're able. The Shema, page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We continue the Ve'ahavta, page 154.
Ve'ahavta
et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, ויתן קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We're in a part of the service called Shema U'Virchotecha, the Shema and her blessings, and it's a standard section of the service regardless of what time of year it is, regardless if we're celebrating a holiday. We always do these prayers before the Shema and after the Shema that we just stood for a few moments ago. And they're sort of meant to give us an understanding of the history of the universe, so to speak. They started with a prayer about creation, right? About the day turning into night and how that is an ongoing process always. But of course, it reminds us of creation at some very beginning of something. And so a universal moment, right? We were all created. Each of us. We continue to be created. And then we said a prayer about God's love for us. In Judaism, we know that God loves us because God gave us the Torah. Because God was at Sinai and we stood there and there was revelation, and in our tradition that is understood to be love. And so the particular moment for the Jewish people, so a universal moment, a particular moment, we say the Shema, and then we move into the Michamocha, this prayer of redemption, the song that our ancestors sang as they crossed the sea, having been redeemed from Egypt. And that prayer is meant for us, yes, to think about the redemption from Egypt, but not only that, it is not only about some past event, but it is also about some future event. The hope, the belief that one day this world will be redeemed, not just the Israelites from Egypt, but all of us. The hope that one day this world will have more peace than it does now. The hope that one day this world will have people not living in poverty, not suffering from hunger, not suffering with war, but when all of us will have equality with each other, will recognize that equality in each other, a time when none of us will be afraid again. Page 157, we read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bum, ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bum. Mi kamocha ba'im Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh, ma'alechutecha ra'u banecha, v'kehayom livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ya bye bye bim bim bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bum, ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bum. V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
And on page 160, Hashkivenu, we asked that in particular in the moments in our lives when we cannot protect ourselves, we ask that God shield us, shelter us with the sukkah of peace, a canopy of peace surrounding us, surrounding all that we love, our family, our friends, each other, this congregation. Page 160.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu Ovaenu Lechaim u'shalom Me'ata ve'ad olam. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim. V'hamidenu Shomreinu lechaim. And we continue on 162, V'shamru. V'shamru v'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat, the children of Israel shall keep Shabbat. Make it different. Make it holy. Make it special. That is our challenge on Shabbat that God gives us. To keep this day different than the rest. What's the one thing even that you do to make this day different than the rest? What's the one thing that you can do to separate Shabbat from the rest of the days? Page 162.
V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat
ודורותם מרית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
On page 164, we come to the main prayer of this evening's service, the Amidah. We will chant out loud together from page 164 all the way through to page 170. However, this prayer continues on to page 180. So when we stop chanting together out loud, you have some options. You can continue in the Hebrew, that's an option. You can continue in the English. Or you can close your Siddur if you'd like and pray the words of your own heart, the words that only you and God know. And when you are done with your prayer, if you haven't already taken a seat, please be seated. So we'll chant out loud through 170 and then continue silently either in Hebrew or English or the words of your own heart. And when you're done with your prayer, please be seated. For now, though, please rise if you're able.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufpi agit tehillatcha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekone Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot V'imaot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Metim Ata Rab Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGashem, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Metim Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Bichamocha Bagevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah L'chayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaMetim. Atah Kadosh Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kedoshim B'chol Yom Yahlelucha Selah. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
liratzon imrefi Yehi liratzon imrefi Vehigion libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri v'gali. Oh, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable before you, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imeru, Amen.
Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of Torah, can be found on page 364. It's my honor to invite to our bima Greg Lewis, a member of our Board of Trustees. Please rise if you're able.
Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, ki mitzion teitzei Torah, u'devar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadlul Adonai iti, unromimo Shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hativeret v'hanetzach v'hahod. Ki cho b'shamayim v'aretz, ki cho b'shamayim v'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'yamid naseh lechol erosh. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam Al shlosha devarim.
Good pickup.
Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
So it is the first Shabbat of the month, which means if you have a birthday or an anniversary or you're celebrating anything special this month, you get to come up to the Bima and you get to have the Aliyah. So if you have a birthday in November or an anniversary or you're celebrating anything wonderful this month, please join us on the Bima. It's good, it's good. We'll do the blessing first, and then we'll do the Aliyah, okay? All right. Would you like to share with us what you're celebrating?
Birthday.
Birthday, okay.
A big birthday.
A big birthday. All right, wonderful. If that's all you want to, okay, all right, that's fine.
Very, very little birthday.
Nice.
Very, very big birthday. Kind of big birthday. An in-between birthday. Today's my 27th anniversary, and my husband is traveling, so I'm here with all of you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad you could be here.
Anniversary.
How many years?
43.
Wow, very nice. Mazel tov.
Birthday.
Wonderful. Big or middle or medium or small?
29 again.
29 again, all right, okay.
Birthday.
And big or middle or medium?
48.
Okay, that's medium, right?
Medium.
Yeah.
Anniversary.
Anniversary with this guy.
With this guy?
Yeah.
36.
36. Wonderful. Mazel tov. Double chai. Wonderful.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. That's
Birthday.
Birthday.
74.
Hey, Mazel tov. Wonderful. And
Birthday.
Mazel tov.
Birthday.
And then that's right on the naming ceremony in just a moment.
34th anniversary.
Wonderful.
Husbands elsewhere.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
Birthday.
Mazel tov to you. And so, did we get everybody? Yeah, okay, I got everybody. And so, we say, Mishaberach Avotenu v'Imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless all of you with a year of goodness, a year of joy, a year of friends and family, a year full of love, a year full of hugs and kisses, and a year full of laughter. May it be a year that you continue to discover more about yourself, more about your partner if you're celebrating an anniversary, that you continue to grow yourself and to grow as a couple. May it be a year of goodness and joy for you. Mazel tov to you all. Okay, now you have to come closer. Come closer, because now you get to do the Aliyah as one big group. Cantor, where are we reading from? Okay, so not right at the beginning, that's okay.
Not quite at the end either, but we're getting close to the end.
So in this week's Torah portion, actually we have the death of both Sarah and Abraham. It's called Chaye Sarah, the life of Sarah, this week's Torah portion. And we also get, of course, the budding romance of Rebecca and Isaac. Rebecca, who falls off her camel or horse. I forget which.
Yeah, it was kind of generically she got off in this translation, but she really did fall off.
It says she fell off. She sees Isaac from afar and she just can't handle herself anymore. I'm serious. That is the sort of moment that happens here. It's a really lovely moment in Torah, and their love. Is not like, I think, any of the other relationships in Torah. It's a really interesting love, and Rebecca's ability to decide whether or not she'll come to be with Isaac is a really important moment in Torah. When Eliezer is going to find the bride for Isaac, her brother Lavan, he clearly sees all the jewelry she got. He's like, go, you gotta go, and she's like, I don't know. She has to figure out whether she wants to go or not. And she decides that she will go with Eliezer to meet this Yitzhak guy, and it seems like, at least in that moment, she falls. It's love at first sight, and she falls in love with him, and then things get weird later. But but at first, it's glorious.
Like so many of our lives, I guess.
You got to keep reading. You got to come back next week if you want to know what happens next. Okay, let's. You guys sit here. I'm gonna do a count for you, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamorach. Baruch Adonai Hamorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. You can follow along in your handout too, by the way, at the I think that inside on the right-hand side, you can follow along where Cantor Hayut will be chanting in Torah.
Oh, here it is. I was in the right place before. So many columns.
Amen. Vayitzchak ba'mibo be'er lachai ro'i v'hu yoshev be'eretz ha'negev vayitze Yitzchak lasuach basadeh lifnot arev vayisa einav vayar v'hinei gmalim ba'im vatisa Rivka et eineha v'tera et Yitzchak ויפול מעל הגמל, ותאמר אל העבד, מי האיש הלזה ההולך בשדה לקראתנו? ויאמר העבד, הוא אדוני, ותיקח הצעיף ותתכס.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נותר בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, נותן התורה.
And thank you to all of you, and happy birthday, happy anniversary, and a year of goodness. All right, Ellen and Jonathan, you ready for your return to the stage? Uh-oh. Hey. It's okay.
I guess this is interesting enough to calm me down.
Yeah. How old is he now? Like 2 weeks? 2.5. 2.5 weeks. Wonderful. You're perfect right there. So I'll start though before we get to the naming section with the 2.5-year-old baby. Excuse me. It's been a long week for me. Yeah, 2.5 week. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Glad you caught it. I'm glad you caught it. 2.5 week baby. A prayer for you, Ellen, that you continue to heal as one must after giving birth. The one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, also bless and heal Ellen and give her strength and vigor. Makor Chayim, O source of life, our dear God, you've guided and sustained Ellen through her pregnancy and her child's birth. With love, you have brought forth her newborn son and entrusted him to her care. May her body be healed. May it grow in its cycles of growth and life. Grant her strength of body and spirit as she begins to nurture her newborn son. May she learn to cherish your precious and tender gift, and may she be privileged to bring him to your Torah and to serve you all his days. We praise you and thank you, Adonai, the giver of life, and we say, Amen. I gotta take a little look over there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hello. Okay, I'm sorry. You were good, and then okay. I think I was we met 2 years ago now. Yeah. I hope it's okay. I tell everybody a little story, right? So Ellen and Jonathan came to talk to me about getting married, and they said, listen, we want to do some sort of like premarital counseling, which I do with all of the couples that I do weddings for. But they said, but we don't want you to do our wedding. And I was so I said fine, and then I got really disappointed that I got to know them like I did in that time, and that I didn't get to stand with them under the chuppah. But it brings me great joy to be able to be with you now as your family grows. And I think I probably said something to you about this during the time that we spent talking with each other. But I think both marriage itself, but also children, of course, we do it because we have children. We get married because we believe that the world can be better tomorrow than it is today. Because if we didn't believe that, then why do those things? And so this baby for you, I hope, is proof that you continue to believe that, that tomorrow will be better than today as he grows into the human being that he already is and he's becoming. And so, from Martin Buber's book, The Way of Man, one of my favorite passages, every person born into this world represents something new, something that never existed before, something original and unique. It is up to us to know and recognize that this new person is unique in the world, a singular character and personality, and that there has never been anyone like this child before. For if there had been, there would have been no need for this new life to be in the world. And we say, in the words of our tradition, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu kayam et hayeled hazeh le'aviv le'imo v'yikra shemo Yisrael Yosef Moshe ben Yonatan Kelman ve'Ellen. May his name be a source of joy to him and inspire him to serve our people and all humankind. May his parents rejoice in his growth and loud cry, in his growth of body and soul. As they have brought their son into the covenant, so may they, with wisdom and patience, lead him to a life filled with Torah, the blessing of learning and community, chuppah, a loving relationship worthy of God's blessing, and ma'asim tovim, the pursuit of good deeds. And together we say, Amen. All right. You guys have a letter to read to Yosef.
So, dear Joseph, or in Hebrew, Yosef Moshe, we chose your name the way we do most things, systematically. I used the US and Australian census data from the last century to make a list of names ranked by average popularity. On a long drive to visit friends, I read about 2,000 names, and we noted down the ones that we both liked. Joseph, or Yosef, was always near the top of our shortlist. And then a month ago or so, while I was helping my sister look into the family tree to get ideas for naming her baby, she's pregnant, due in February, we were reminded that there are actually 2 Josephs on my father's side of the family. So while the connection was unintentional, it made us even more sure of our choice. Your second Hebrew name, we did choose to intentionally remember someone, and you're named after, on my mother's side, my great uncle Moshe. Now, Rabbi Winston asked us to share our hopes and dreams for you. First, we hope you will dream for 6 hours a night starting very soon. Longer term, our wish is that you look forward to every day of your life, appreciating this amazing gift, how lucky you are to be a part of our community, and that you have an impulse to help those who aren't so fortunate. We hope you find something to work towards for yourself and for the world. At the same time, we hope you can keep perspective and balance that ambition with all the other parts of life. Maintaining that balance will be a struggle, but that is healthy. It means you are thinking about the compromises we all make, intentionally or not. We are excited to be your parents, your first teachers, and your biggest fans, and look forward to watching you grow and discover your place in the world. With love, Ellen and Jonathan, a.k.a. Mom and Dad.
All right, Jonathan, I'm going to give you this now because I'll forget to do it later if I don't.
Thank you.
And we'll end this naming ceremony, this naming service, with a blessing for your entire family. Yivarechacha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you always. And when God's face is lifted up to you, may God grant you the most important blessing any of us can have. May God grant you peace. Can you hear that song? May this be God's will. Mazel tov to you all. Of course. Thank you. Tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. I always like to remind people when we sing that song, right, we always think we're singing it for the people who were standing up here, but we'd have to remember that it doesn't just say that it's a Siman Tov, a sign of a good thing and a luck for these people, but for all of us. Yehelanu L'chol Yisrael, that it will be this way for all of us, not only for those that were up here, but for the entire community. It is a joy to celebrate with a new family, to celebrate new life. Okay, Mark, where did Mark go? There he is. Oh, yes, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Well, yeah, we'll have Mark. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Please rise as our Torah is lifted and dressed.
V'zota Torah she'asa Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai. Etz Chaim hi v'machazikim ba v'tomcheha be'usha derachecha darchenu v'chol netivoteha shalom shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu kekedem.
Please be seated. Many years ago, when I was at some interfaith gathering, I somehow got on the topic of yartzites with a participant at the gathering. He did not know that Jews memorialize their dead on the anniversary of their death. When I told him this, he looked at me and said, it just seems to me that you would want to remember a person on their birthday, at a happy moment, rather than dwell on the day of their death. I understood what he meant. Death, and especially the death of loved ones, is hard to hold. Loss can be an overbearing emotion. I looked at this gentleman and I told him I understood his perspective and that I'm sure many Jews, if not most, recall their loved ones on their birthdays as well, but that ritually, the anniversary of the death is when we do so in Judaism. I explained to him why I think it is that we memorialize on the anniversary of the death. That birthdays don't say much about us. They recall a day in our lives that we actually had very little to do with. I've always thought that birthdays should be a day to honor our mothers rather than celebrating ourselves. Thank you, Mom. On the day of our birth, we have accomplished nothing. We've been given the gift of life, yes, but we are all potential. Every breath is just potential. The day of our death is altogether different. On the anniversary of our deaths, there is a life to look back on, relationships to reflect upon, actions to appreciate. On the day of our death, especially for those who live many decades, there are memories for our families to share, stories for our friends to compare. We have nothing to do with our births. We just show up. But how people recall us upon our deaths, that we have much more control over. Even over the last few days, even as the 11 victims of the mass shooting in Pittsburgh have been placed in the earth, I'm sure it was not their births or even the way they died that have been the stories shared in Shiva homes. Sweet memories, favorite jokes, idiosyncrasies that made these members of Tree of Life who they were in life, that is what has filled eulogies and living rooms. I didn't know any of the victims, but I've been reading about them from the New York Times. David and Cecil Rosenthal, brothers in their 50s, were almost always in the synagogue greeting everyone who came with a good Shabbos and a ready prayer book. Joyce Feinberg prayed there every day after her husband's death, and Melvin Wax took so many tasks, from leading services to changing the light bulbs, that one friend described his role there as everything but the cantor. Another victim, Richard Gottfried, was remembered as a loyal congregant and a dentist who would serve patients who did not have insurance or were underinsured, performing root canals, installing crowns on teeth, and doing other preventative and restorative work. He was very devoted to community and to service, said Susan Carlson, the chief executive of the Squirrel Hill Health Center. He loved working with our patients, underserved patients, including a lot of refugees and immigrants. Daniel Stein was a jack of all trades, said his nephew. Mr. Stein was a substitute teacher who over the years had also worked at a plumbing supply store and a funeral home. But the place where Mr. Stein spent most of his time in recent years was at the synagogue. With the right people in the room, we could spend hours talking about these beautiful souls. Even in this week's Torah portion, we find the same sentiment when we read, Vayu chayei Sarah, 100 shana ve'esrim shana, ve'sheva shana, shnei chayei Sarah. Sarah's lifetime, the span of Sarah's life came to 127 years. Rashi's comments on this line, trying to understand the question, why is Sarah's age listed as it is? And a literal translation of this line would read, and thus was the life of Sarah, 100 years, 20 years, and 7 years. The reason that the word shana, year, is written at every term is to tell you that each term must be explained by itself as a complete number, Rashi says. So that's to say that Rashi believes that the very way her age was written is a pronouncement of her righteousness. Each of the discrete subunits of her life were full of goodness. And what can we learn from Abraham after the death of his beloved Sarah? He finds a location to place her body. He creates a family tomb to be shared by all but one of our matriarchs and all of our patriarchs. Abraham honors Sarah. He has compassion for Sarah. He is dedicated to Sarah, even in her death. The death and entombment of Sarah may be the major narrative of the beginning of this week's Torah portion, but it's hardly the theme of the entire portion. The narrative that takes up most space in the portion is that of Abraham's servant Eliezer seeking a wife for Isaac. Eliezer returns to Abraham's homeland as instructed by Abraham to find a bride. As he arrives in our narrative, we encounter a biblical motif, a woman at the well offering Eliezer water, and even offering to water his camels. Eliezer is so taken by Rebekah's kindness, he decides to persuade her to return with him to marry Isaac. In this Torah portion that begins with death, new life finds footing. A new family begins to emerge. Compassion becomes the common denominator. Compassion for Sarah, compassion for Eliezer. It is what ties this Torah portion together. In the hours after the shooting in Pittsburgh, I'll admit, I didn't completely understand what had happened. Mass shootings have been so normalized in our country. I am a child of mass shootings. I was a senior in high school in 1999, the year Columbine happened. Mass shootings have been a regular part of my life, as they have been a part of many of your lives who are here tonight, but certainly your children, your grandchildren's, nieces, nephews, truly any person my age or younger. I didn't realize that this was the single deadliest anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. And as that truth of what had happened set in, I became angrier and angrier. On Sunday, as I planned the service we conducted here, I tried to balance my outrage and anger with comfort and love. And I'm still uncertain that we did a good enough job of doing that. After the service, as people were exiting the building, one of our young members, a 14-year-old young woman, came up to me and said, "Rabbi, can I say something into the microphone?" And I asked her what she wanted to say. And she told me, "Rabbi, there was so much anger here tonight. Anger isn't going to fix any of this. We need to love each other more." People were leaving, and I didn't think she would be able to get anyone's attention. I didn't tell her not to speak into the microphone, but I didn't encourage her either. I don't think the service we conducted on Sunday was wrong. Our feelings around events like Saturday's mass shooting are complicated. We need different things at different moments. But I also don't think that young woman was wrong either. We do need to find more ways of loving each other, of empathizing with each other. We need to transform our anger and outrage into love and understanding. We don't need to forgive a vicious attack, but we do need to find a way to heal. One of the ways I'm healing is with my journey to Texas. When I heard that the attack on Saturday was more than just an attack on Jews for being Jewish, but an attack on Jews for our values, for the fact that we try to welcome the stranger, to have compassion like Rebekah did for Eliezer, the shooting took on a different meaning for me. When one Jew is targeted, yes, we all feel targeted. But given his stated reasons for the attack, I felt like those bullets were truly meant for me. They were truly meant for any of us that are bold enough to welcome the stranger. Of course, when a man kills Jews for welcoming immigrants and refugees to this country, the response is clear. We mourn, we build a cold anger for action, and we welcome more immigrants and refugees. The response to Saturday's shooting must be more embracing, more welcoming, more openness. Returning hate for hate multiplies hate, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. I quote Dr. King with trepidation. He is quoted far too often during times of racial and social unrest. And the way we use his words can sometimes make them hollow. To use his words and not fill them with action is to use his words in vain. So if we really do believe what Dr. King said, if we truly believe that only light can drive out darkness, then help us create more light in the world. And I'm not just talking about voting. Yes, do that. But politics will not save us in this moment. Our politicians continue to fail us. This moment is about us. It is about what each of us is willing to do to heal this broken world, to heal our neighbor, to heal ourselves. Join us in creating more light, whether on a caravan to Texas, or by volunteering at JFS, or by sending donations to Hias. Join us by reaching out to relatives that disagree with your view of the world. Listen to them and ask them to listen to you. And after this election cycle is over, take a day off from the news. Go for a walk outside. Listen to your favorite piece of music. Hug and kiss someone you love. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Shabbat Shalom. We take a few moments continuing to think about healing. We ask for healing, especially for those who were injured in the mass shooting in Pittsburgh, whether they were injured physically, spiritually, emotionally. We ask for strength for their families. As a community here at Temple Beth Emeth, we are also mindful of Johanna Mabry, Lillian Fox Friedland, Charlotte Persky, Debbie Pissarak, Joanne Blumberg, Erica Arnold, Valentina Wolfson, Sally Rose Campbell, Hillary Handwerger, David Bloom, Judy Eisenberg, Milton Child, Jake Waxman, Bridget Ford, Roxanne Pawandra, Joel Berger, James Sheridan, Mel Friedman, Jeffrey Gersh, Margaret Leslie, David Brown, Karen Simon, Sidney Usum, Andrew Pabers, Betsy Mark, Steve Gill, Stacy Young, and Alana Weissman. If there are other names to add to our list for healing, please do so as my eyes meet yours.
Preston.
In your service handout.
Rifa'enu Adonai v'nei Rafeh Hoshienu v'nivashea El karov lechol karav ach karov lere'av isho. We pray for healing of the body. We pray for healing of the soul, for strength of flesh and mind and spirit. We pray to once again be whole. El Marifana. Oh, please heal us now. Refuata nefesh, refuata guf, refuah shelema. El Marifana. Oh, please heal us now. Refuata nefesh, refuata guf, refuah shelema. Heal us now. Heal us now. Hoshia et amecha, uvarech et nachalatecha, oreim v'naseim et haolam. Misheberach avotenu, Misheberach imotenu, Ana Adonai Hoshiana. We pray for healing of the people. We pray for healing of the land and peace for every race and nation, every child, every woman, every man. Elarifana. Oh, please heal us now. Refuata nefesh, refuata guf, refuah shelema. El Marifana. Oh, please heal us now. Refuata nefesh, refuata guf, refuah shelema. Heal us now. Heal us now. Heal us now.
Thank you, Kohalev. As we begin to conclude our service, we continue on page 586. Aleinu, please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוסף בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking in the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We are in the first 30 days of mourning, the period of Shloshim, for Leonard Stapin, Herbert Solomon, Jeanette Miller, Jacqueline Benson, Gertrude Makatoff, and Janice Smith. Our yahrzeits this week are for William Adler, Sam Aru, Patricia Bernstein, Lester Brower, Margaret Cowell, Harry Castle, Rose Cole, Saul Fisher, Rose Frank, Lily Gerberg, Philip Gross, Sanford Eisenson, Jerry Jerome, George Lon, Mildred Lorraine, Donald Mahler, Isabel Markowitz, Marvin Markowitz, Samuel Matlin, Esther Mazel, Barbara Mazel, Sanford Oif, Guy Palazzola, Mary Pettit, Toby Ravin, Isidore Rabinovitz, Scott Rosen, Louis Rosengarten, Judy Schwartz, Rose Shane, Mayor Taylor, Beatrice Weinstein, Joanne Weisbart, Adele Zimmer, Lester Zimmerman, and May Rosenberg. If there are other names to add to our list of remembrance, please do so as my eyes meet yours. For all of those mentioned, for all of those who go unmentioned, and for all of those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we rise, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be forever a blessing.
Amen.
Please be seated. It's my honor to invite back to our bima Greg Lewis for words of welcome and brief announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Greg Lewis, a member of the Board of Trustees here of Temple Beth Emeth, and on behalf of the trustees and everyone here, let me welcome you here tonight. Our members, our guests, our folks who are live streaming. It's wonderful to see you all here in this challenging time, but one hopefully full of the love of which Rabbi spoke today. Just a couple of announcements. Most of these you will find and a few others on the back of your program. Irene Butter is having a conversation with Ken Fisher here coming up, I think this Sunday. If you have not had an opportunity to hear Irene, I encourage you to do so. It's really quite a moving and love-filled conversation that she has. We have our gift shop Hanukkah Bazaar coming up. That's a terrific thing to round out. I think we now have 11 menorahs or something. You can always use a 12th or a 13th at home. So keep them in order, visit them there. And then I also wanted to call out the rotating shelter that we will be having during Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving. There are opportunities to volunteer there and help with the homeless. Again, thank you all for being here. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Greg. Yes. Yeah, look at that. Yes. We raise our Kiddush cup and recall that at the very beginning of everything, when God created the heaven and the earth, God made a separation between the sea above and the sea below, and God planted plants on the earth and put the sun and the moon and the stars in the sea above, and then put the fish and the sea monsters in the sea below. It says that in the Torah, by the way. I'm serious. It does. It says sea monsters. And the flying creatures in the sea above. And then God created all of the creepy crawly things that crawl all over the earth. And then finally He created us human beings. And at the end of that 6th day said to us, now it's time to rest.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lenikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ בתיאבון.
Thank you.
Can you hear me chomping it? Okay, that's good. Back in your service handouts one more time. Olam chesed yibane, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. 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 I will build this world from love. Yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. And you must build this world from love. Yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. And if we build this world from love, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai, then God will build this world from love. Yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibane, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibane, yalalai, lalai, yalalai. As you exit the sanctuary, please take your Sidurim with you and the handouts with you. Make the lives of our ushers a lot easier. And a big thank you to Kol Halev for your beautiful voices and what you bring to our service when you sing with us. To Ray, thank you as well.
If you want to hear more of Kol Halev, come back next week.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Olam chesed yibane, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibane, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibane, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai. Olam chesed yibane, yalalai, lalai, yalalai, lalai.
Shabbat Shalom.
He's so gorgeous. Oh my goodness, is he so...
were away last week and visited our granddaughter, but Temple Tree of Life was founded by Mark's uncle, and he lived right next door. So we were in this country 1,000 times, and our synagogue was down the road, and Mark's or Central Sinai was down the road. But the most frightening thing for us is our grandson and his girlfriend were visiting Pitt Med School for interviewing, and I had told them where to go. When they were free on Saturday, they walked right by that temple 20 minutes before the shooting and could hear the shot. Absolutely gave me, it's just too horrible. And my parents, the Mallinger woman,